Hello, and welcome to Crafts and Comments, Episode 1. Today, we'll be talking about graduating from college in the middle of a pandemic, career and job hunting, and this shitty painting I did. Now, before we dive into the meat of my comments, let's talk supplies. Today, I'm painting on my first ever framed canvas. It's a 5x9 blank white canvas that I bought from Ross, and I'm using a mixture of apple barrel acrylic paint, very cheap, that I picked up from Walmart, and some paint samples that I got a few months back from Home Depot. Let's talk about college. In the months leading up to the pandemic, I was thriving. I had a paid internship on campus, I was writing up a comedy storm, and in January, I co-produced a full-blown comedy festival, and I had the best fucking time at the after party. Then, just as March came around, everything just stopped. I graduated college from Penn State in May 2020 with no prospects for a full-time job or what felt like a future without Corona. I sat on my tan couch that I've known since I was a kid and watched a 30-minute live stream where the university's president constantly repeated the phrase, unprecedented time. I sat there, dressed in white, accompanied by the sinking feeling of not knowing what was going to happen next. Graduating in the pandemic sucked. I think if my life were a movie, and truthfully, it is, this would be the part in the narration where, older me asked younger me, or less wiser me, if you could go back in time and change the past, would you? Yes. Hello. Of course I would change the past. What the heck? I wanted to walk. After I virtually graduated, I literally had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't start applying to jobs until June, to give myself some room to breathe. But once I started applying to jobs, I was so desperate. It was the most desperate that I've ever been in my entire life. I was begging at corporate America's feet. I truly tried to do the absolute most when it came to finding a job. I was emailing, I was networking with people, and I applied to probably over 130 jobs. And I logically know that there are a lot of people who are in the same boat as me. But when you are feeling it at the time, and you're feeling dejected and sucky, and you feel like nothing can go good, it's very, very personal, and you kind of just shut everyone out. During this time, I booked interviews, but I never ever booked the job, and that really got me down. Every single place I applied to, I didn't even know some of the names that I applied to. I didn't even know some of the companies that I applied to, and I mean that I didn't even know them by name. I was really just so desperate. I was crawling. I was like, please just give me a job, please. I'm so cool. I have cool glasses. I'm really cool. I can paint and I can do a lot of things. Just please give me a paycheck. Job hunting sucks major ass, and truthfully, I really don't think anybody deserves to hunt for a job. It should really just be given. There should be a better system that's way cooler, where everyone could just be cool and get money, and also, you know what, we don't even have to have money as a thing. Money isn't really necessary. Just give us the supplies needed in order to be happy. That also could be a whole another level discussion, but nobody deserves to job hunt. Nobody needs to do that. Now that my comments are out of the way, let's talk about this painting. Oh God. Well, first off, this is not a very good painting, which is totally fine. This was my first thing that I ever did on a frame canvas, and I did not use a reference image for this painting whatsoever. which is actually like pretty cool because usually I'll use a reference image and I'll get better results from that. I just didn't establish a light source in which I could model the shadows and the shading off of it, so the painting is extremely flat. I don't know why I chose to do a desk. I think I just chose to do it because I was working from home a lot. I started a part-time job, which is pretty cool, but I've been feeling very, very confined to my one workspace. And I just kind of wanted to paint that, even though this painting gives off no emotion whatsoever. I originally wanted to paint my actual workspace, but for some reason I didn't do it. I was disappointed in this painting. This painting sucks. But you know what? At the end of the day, I painted, and that's pretty cool. This is the final product. I think I would ultimately rate this painting a 5 out of 10. It gets a pretty high score, not because of the way it looks, but the way it made me feel. I mean, it was the first painting I did for my brain, so point for that. Another point for me being creative and actually painting because I hadn't been creative in a while. And then the other points go to me filming it. That's pretty cool that I did that. And another point goes to the color scheme. So I would ultimately give this a 5 out of 10. Yay! Woohoo! Thank you for watching. Mwah.